it was more footage like of people fighting each other and more like close fighting. And I'm seeing like people talk on TikTok and saying, "Oh, Haitians, they're the only country that revolted against slavery and took over." So basically, like that, Haitians aren't going to take this land down. Nora, I know you're Jamaican, but you know a lot of Haitians and stuff like that. And you're familiar with
Hold up. I think I'm being discriminated against tonight. I'm reading the chat. He put blood clot. Let's clarify.
That's Jamaican.
Y'all FBAs want to delineate. We're going to delineate. Jamaicans and Haitians are not the same thing. I'm going to have to delineate tonight. I'm joking. But in all seriousness, get these jokers out of here. This is further proving why Donald Trump and immigration has to happen. I don't see no Americans doing that. I only see the Haitians doing that. That's all I got to say. Get them out of here. Let's go. Alligator, Alcatraz. Here we go.
Kamal, as the FBA, do you feel like the Haitians, they're the people that revolted? Do you feel like they're going to be hard to put down?
I feel kind of offended. They the only ones fought against slavery.
They rebelled
on our ass and let shit happen. Do you know it? The Civil War, the Union came to us and was like, "Hey man, the Confederates is whooping our ass, man. We need some help." And we fought for our freedom. I'm just saying, they weren't the only one fighting against slavery. I'm just saying, bro. You feel me?
Sure.
Yeah, but what the Haitians got going on with ICE, I'm gonna do what a lot more people need to do on the motherfucking internet that be on these panels and shit like that. I have no opinion. I'm gonna mind my goddamn business.
For sure. So Enzo, Trump is supposed to be sending 200 Marines to Florida next. I wonder if it's for this. Do you feel like seeing videos like this, military intervention is necessary?
No, not just the video, just the Haitians in New York. You're gonna need the military to calm them down. That's all I'm gonna say. Anybody in New York, anything goes down and everybody upwards, it doesn't matter what your background is, everybody gonna be out there and it's gonna turn violent if that keeps going on and other people start figuring it out. You'll see everybody out there. So I mean, the military might need to get involved with that shit. It's gonna be wild out there, especially in Brooklyn.
For sure. Skeptic, I'm going to come to you first because I want to play this video and get your reaction.
Breaking news. Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. has just been arrested by Price and sent back to Mexico.
The hatred. Musty energy.
This is musty at the highest level. The man just got done fighting Jake Paul, who Jake Paul is a pump order, respectfully. Now, was this a setup? It's a deeper, darker criminal link?
Talk about Murder Inc. That just establishes a darker, deeper criminal link.
The man just got done squabbling Jake Paul in a fight that looked kind of kooky. And now the man is sent back to Mexico with alleged Bartel ties. This is crazy. What's going on out here? Two-tone superstar. I love my Mexican people. I'm from Phoenix, Arizona. This to Mexican Atlanta. Down here in Phoenix, Arizona. I love my Mexicans. I don't agree with people getting arrested at graduations, funerals. Man, let them people come down here and whatever they want to do. It ain't bothering me. Respectfully. But this is nasty at the highest level, man. This is nasty at the highest level. Chavez Jr. arrested fresh off of fighting.
So, Skeptic, Jake Paul is a Republican. So is it fair that Julio was able to come over here and box, be entertainment, and make money, and then get sent back? Now, they do say he has ties to the Sinaloa cartel, but I mean, literally, this was like a big event, and then he gets arrested by ICE agents. So,
well, the interesting part is that we brought 17 family members of the Sinaloa cartel that are related to a Chapo Guzman. Trump literally did that. So it's interesting that now having ties to the Chapo Guzman family or Sinaloa cartel is a big deal when we literally walk them into our country. And I did want to say this before I go into like the Jose Chavez. John Jacques, he led the Haitian army and defeated Napoleon Bonaparte in 1803. That's a big deal. Like, people don't talk about that. The fact that Haiti they got their independence in 1804. Like, yeah, you're gonna need more than the military. This is about to go down. If you're coming into, I don't know if you've ever met Haitians or you've been in the community, because we have friends that are Haitian, and it's gonna go down. I want to see it, because it's not gonna be as easy as they think. It's one thing to come into, like, go chasing Latinos, Mexicans at construction sites. It's gonna be different to go into the Haiti community and think that you're gonna walk in there and walk out with a willing participant. But anyways, when it comes to the Chavez, I think that my dad was a professional athlete. You don't even like take care of any of that stuff. Whoever is handling you takes care of your visa. They take care of your traveling. My dad used to vacation in America, like, whenever he felt like it. He never even knew his, like, status, because that was always taken care of. So I don't know what his, like, where his agent is at, why they don't know his, why he was even able to be arrested. I think that my people, to Mexicans, boycott this country. Don't come over here for the World Cup. Don't send your people out here, because it's not safe. That's what I'm telling everyone. It's not safe. Don't send your athletes. Don't make money for America, because America hates your guts. They want to put you in alligator Alcatraz. They literally see us as a tool to use us. We're entertainment for them. Putting us with alligators is entertainment for them, So I think it's interesting. I wouldn't have came. I would have boycotted this country, because they don't care about us. They're just using us.
So the big question is, are the Americans next?
Decision by the Supreme Court 4 days ago. The disastrous decision by the Supreme Court 4 days ago that allows flatly odious and unconstitutional order on birthright.
This is misinformation. That's why it's doubling down. You see that? Donald Trump doesn't approve this message. Play the sound, please. Plays Donald Trump saying he doesn't approve it. I don't know. This is just misinformation tonight, man.
Nope. Fake news. It's all fake news.
I'm gonna say this to the person in the comments that's saying that if Haiti is so great, why aren't they in Haiti fixing their economy or whatever you just said? If you know history, which you probably don't, because they whooped the ass of the people that were oppressing them, they literally made them pay them reparations, and that's why the same thing as Puerto Rico.
The disastrous decision by the
Let me say this too, also in defense of Haiti. I'm joking with you guys. To be clear, Haiti was the first in the Western Hemisphere to end slavery. So let's clarify that is true. However, we need to give reverence to the FBA brothers and sisters that fought in the Civil War, because they did help the North win beat the South.
Hold on. I gotta go out of this. I don't know where it's playing at.
I think
Yeah, it's not me.
Who's a citizen?
Oh my God.
Misinfo just wants to spread.
Misinfo. Why don't you? Oh no, you can't. Can you leave? Okay.
Can I leave?
Maybe leave and come back, because I'm able to when I'm hosting. Well, anyways, let me continue on what I'm saying. So also, to give some history about Haiti, do y'all know that the reason why Haiti is so effed up is because of France and the United States? I want to say that too, in all seriousness. Now, where the current state is at, I can't blame America solely. However, that is why I do think we need to have a hand in trying to make it better to some extent. However, if these people come here, they don't follow the law, they don't abide with immigration, they gotta go. I mean, but I want to give backstory too to what I'm about to say when it comes to that.
Sorry, that was crazy. I clicked play and then it played, and that was insane. All right, but here we go.
The disastrous decision by the Supreme Court 4 days ago that allows the Trump administration to begin implementing a flatly odious and unconstitutional order on birthright citizenship. Well, today, the administration announced it will begin deporting people subject to that order as soon as July 27th. It's madness, but it is madness with a method, which is to deconstruct the foundational concept of what it is to be an American, a concept created in this country's second founding by the 14th Amendment and the victory of the Union, the Civil War. A belief that we are all Americans across all lines of difference, from race to religion to creed. They hate that. They're trying to destroy it. Sherilyn Ifill is the founding director of the 14th Amendment Center for Law and Democracy at Howard University. She was previously president and director counsel for the NAACP Legal Defense Fund. She has a new...
All right, enough of that. There's too many complications with that. We talked about that. But the big thing that he was going to say is that Trump said he's going to deport criminals, American criminals, overseas. Enzo, do you agree with that? Like, if you're a criminal, should you be deported?
Oh yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, 100%. If you're a criminal, you have a deportation order. Get out of our country. Shouldn't be here. And to wherever they send them. If the crime fits, I got no problem with it. But if it's like some petty little crime, man, I don't agree with sending it to Sudan. But if it's like some heinous shit that they don't even want you in your country, like what Venezuela was doing, denying these people going back to their country for 10-day Aragua, and that's why we sent them to El Salvador, hell yeah, send them over there. Because they don't want them in your country. Why should we allow them to be here?
So, Kamal, they basically keep saying that FBA is next. Is FBA next on Trump's deportation list?
So what year did we supposedly came over here? Because I mean, they keep saying we only came from boats, but you know, some of us already here. But what was the year? It was 1619, right? What we celebrating tomorrow? The inception of America, 1776, July 4th. So with that being said, when America was created, who was here? Us.
Black people for sure. Well, yeah.
So they gonna deport me back to Oakland? The fuck? They're gonna deport my lady back to Chicago or something? We gotta start making this make sense. And then think about it, man. There was a lot of other immigrants that came from European countries that came over after America was created. What happens to them? Are they gonna get fucking deported? I mean, I'm confused. When people say this shit about us getting deported, you gotta hit them with the numbers and the stats and stuff like that. It's like, stop with the scare tactic, trying to get us into all these damn fights. Man, leave us alone. And if we want to get into the fights and fight for people and stuff, we will. But at this point, leave us alone. That's a bullshit scare tactic. We can't get deported. What? It don't make no goddamn sense.
So, Nora, you always screaming about how your uncle deserved to get deported, and he said, yeah, I deserved it. So when he got deported, did he actually have to go do time, or was his punishment getting deported?
Yeah, so my uncle got arrested. He committed several crimes. I'm not going to reveal on camera what they were. But long story short, he was detained in one of the worst ICE facilities in the United States. It was hot. There were roaches. It was extremely hot. I believe it was either, I forget, it's like somewhere in South Florida. I don't remember the name of the town, so I was a little girl at the time. Anyways, we'd visit him, we'd sit outside. They didn't even have a facility for us to sit inside to visit him. We're visiting him in 95-degree weather. It was a terrible situation. But no one wanted to be under, but he broke the law. He didn't do the right thing, and he needed to go. He wasn't a citizen of the United States. So again, to this day, we talk about it, and he says, I deserve to get deported. He admits he did something wrong. I don't know why this is a hard concept. You don't follow the law. You don't follow ICE's regulations. Bye-bye. Like, it's that simple. But again, however, the situation talking about the Americas and the things that the United States has done to destabilize some of those countries, it is a very convoluted situation. It's not clear cut. We can't say, oh, there's no fault on us, and say or they're fleeing their countries and crap like that people say, when the reality is this country, everybody fled and came here. Everybody was brought here in some way, shape, or form. Everybody was brought here some way, shape, or form. And I think we forget that. But again, this is scare tactics. I'm going to say it again. This is scare tactics. And I don't think we should feed into it and spread misinformation, because you know what this does? This allows us to overlook the conversation of accountability for the actual immigrants that are, let me say, illegals, undocumented, whatever the term is makes you feel good at night. This is scare tactics to avoid accountability for them. And in turn, we should all be scared, because then we delegitimize the conversation of them being compliant with the United States government and ICE.
Skeptic, do you feel there's a lot of ICE raids happening? There's a lot of stuff happening. Do you feel like some Americans are going to be accidentally deported? Do you think American criminals should be deported?
So So the clip that you were talking about is literally Trump. I have the clip posted on my TikTok. I watched the clip that's going viral that everyone's talking about. Trump, while he was at Alligator Alcatraz, did an interview and they asked him a question and he said, yeah, why are we building Alligator Alcatraz to keep immigrants there? We're trying to deport them back to their countries. Under the 13th Amendment, which abolished slavery, the only form of slavery that you can still have are those that are in the criminal system. You can literally make them work for little to no money. So we still have slavery in America. It just has to be criminals. So after that, he answered that question. He said, and there's a lot of people that are here in America that are bad people that we need to get out. These are Americans he's talking about. His verbiage went from talking about immigrants to switching over to these people that are in America, that have been in America for a long time. Keep these dog whistles in your ear, okay? What is he talking about? Who are these people he's talking about? Then he tells you who he's talking about. He gives you 3 different cases that happened in New York, because he's from New York, right? A man who hit a woman over the head with a bat, a man who threw another man into the subway, and there's another one that I forget. I went in and I looked at these cases. All of the offenders, can you guess what color they were? They weren't white. Mass incarceration affects the Black community more than any other community. We know this. So now he has switched over from talking about deporting these immigrants to talking about we need to get these people out that have been in America for a long time. So my question is, who is he talking about? That's what everyone's like wondering. Who is he talking about? Who do we need to get out that have been in America? Literally Trump's words. They've been in America for a long time. So that's the question that we're posing.
And just so you know, my uncle that got deported was here from the age of 14 years old. He was deported at 29 years old. So again, people love to say, oh, they're coming here as children, blah, blah, blah. But if you break the law and you don't do something right, you're not a citizen, you got to go. Even if you're here from a child. I want to put that out there. And we still support it to this day.
Doc says you betrayed your uncle in the chat.
Hey,
Send you
I
an
can
op.
bring my uncle on here anytime and he will tell you the same conversation. He deserved to go. My father says the same thing. We all say the same thing. He broke the law. He had to go. My father's a United States citizen. So he followed the law. He did the right thing and he got to become a citizen. It's life.
Well, let's get to the main topic.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Hold on. I got to say something. Doc, you wild. Look at what he said. Trump would deport Jesus. He said he's from the Middle East.
He would. He would.
I'm done.
Somebody in the chat asked a good question though for Nora. They asked, why did it take so long for your uncle to do his papers?
Because I'll be honest with you, my family was very connected in Morocco. He felt he was above the law, and it doesn't apply here in the United States. And this is my issue that I have with a lot of these illegal people. They think they're above the law. They think they're supreme to the law. They don't think they have to comply. They get a letter to come to court. What do they need to go to court for? Nobody's going to do anything to them. Under Joe Biden, nobody did anything. So that's the answer. I'll be honest with you. He thought he was above the law. Simple as that.
For sure. Well, Trump's big, ugly, beautiful